Okay, let's talk the nuts and bolts of how this class is going to work. Here you have all the same instructor information that you have on our Momentum homepage. It's my hours. Remember, just because you can't meet with me during the hours listed here does not mean that you cannot get help from me. Just let me know. I'm not going anywhere. My mother has forbid me from going out in public. So, you know, I have nothing better to do. You can, as I said before, call me on the phone, text me. If you want video conferencing, I can set up a Zoom meeting. Or if you have an iPhone, feel free to FaceTime me with warning, just to make sure, I'm dressed. Kidding. So, this is a 3-credit hour class. It is a web course. Testing and everything will be done through my math lab. This class is designed to prepare you for algebra intensive courses, so either college algebra or chemistry if you have to take chemistry. The prerequisites are you have to have at least a 19 on the ACT, or at least a 250 on the Next Generation Accuplacer, or at least a 92 on the Classic Accuplacer Math, or at least a 38 on the Compass exam. Or if you did all 5 learning support competencies before, or a previous math learning support course, then this is the class for you. Okay, we have all these requirements. One thing I want to point out is that this is a summer course, so it's short. It's half the length of a regular semester. So you should expect to spend between 15 and 20 hours per week watching the videos, doing the assignments, and getting help. Please note, it's your responsibility to contact me or tutors in the Learning Center for help if you need it. I am not a mind reader, as much as I wish I were. I don't know if you're struggling unless you tell me. So please tell me. I am happy to help you. But I can't if you don't let me know that you need it. So we have all these learning outcomes and competencies. You can read all that for yourself if you want. So what's required? Well, we have the digital copy of the textbook and access to my math lab through Pearson. You have already paid for that in your tuition, so you don't need to buy anything else. Except you will need a non-graphing scientific calculator. I use a TI 30X2S. You don't have to use that kind. I just picked that one because I liked it. These scientific calculators you can pick up at Walmart. They range between $9 and $12, so it's not going to break the bank. They're not like graphing calculators. Other than my math lab, you also need to be able to check your RadarNet email and the Momentum news feed. Please note that I only want you to email me through RadarNet. And that's just because 90%, again, of my emailing is done from the phone, and it's just so much easier to answer RadarNet email than Momentum email. I will answer the Momentum email, but it will not be nearly as quickly as you will like. Okay, grading procedures. So homework is going to be worth 20% of your overall grade. Quizzes are 5%. And there will be 4 tests and a comprehensive final exam that are each worth 15% of your grade. So homework is mostly going to be in my math lab. That's where most of the videos are that cover the material. And it's also where most of the homework assignments are. Homework is due on the due date by 11:59 p.m. Due dates are every Sunday. Okay, late homework will be accepted, but there's a 20% penalty for any problem that you don't complete by the due date. And you do have a late homework deadline, and there's a late homework deadline for each unit. So those are listed on the course schedule. Also, there are surveys, class discussions, and a couple projects that will be completed through Momentum. I'll show you when you get to the introduction to the Momentum video where you can find all those. I will drop the 2 lowest homework grades. The quizzes are all in my math lab. They're also due by the due dates indicated on the schedule. You will have 2 chances to take each quiz, and the highest grade counts. I will not drop any quiz grades, but that's because you get a second chance to take it. So if you do badly on a quiz, I suggest you look at what you missed, ask me if you don't understand before you take it a second time. So the 4 tests during the semester, it says here in class, but obviously they're not in class because we don't have class. They will be in my math lab also. I will not drop a test grade. However, if the comprehensive final exam grade is better than your lowest test grade, I will replace the lowest test grade with your final exam grade. This encourages you to study for the final. Additionally, in order to get credit for problems on tests, you must turn in your work to the appropriate Dropbox in Momentum. So every problem on the test, I need to see worked out on paper, and you can either scan or take pictures and upload those to the Dropbox. And without that, you will get a 0 on the test, because it's about the only way I have to make sure that you're not cheating with PhotoMath or Mathways or any of those other lovely apps that will do math for you. So there won't be any makeups without a compelling documented reason. If you're in the hospital, if you have a court date, just get something that you can email to me that proves that that's what happened, and we'll discuss it. Here's the final grading scale. So 90 to 100 is an A, of course. 80 to 89.9 is a B. Notice I will not round grades, and I will not offer extra credit. I do reserve the right to make changes to the syllabus, but that's not going to happen. And if I do, it will only be to benefit you. And I will make sure you have plenty of notice as to whatever it is. I forgot to mention the comprehensive final exam, other than that there will be one. It says that it's non-calculator. Clearly, I cannot prevent you from using a calculator. Honestly, I don't really want you to be calculatorless. So use your calculator. It's fine. Again, though, you must turn in your work to get credit for the problems. We don't really need to talk about the plagiarism and academic integrity, because you're going to read and sign the academic misconduct form. If you happen to have a disability, I'm assuming that Student Services, Disability Services would have already emailed me with that information, but in case they haven't, please feel free to do so. I will make whatever accommodations are necessary. Okay, we've got the sexual discrimination and harassment thing. Let's just not do that, and then we don't have to worry about it. Okay, technical support. So if you have problems with momentum, you contact CTAT. This phone number is probably no good, so you may have to look up their email address on the Rhone State website, or you can contact me. I can find it for you. Same thing with the help desk, except you can email them. That's if you have problems with anything having to do with RadarNet. Library services. They are all online, but if you click the link to the library, they have a whole list of information of what they can do for you or not do for you. You probably won't need them, except for maybe you might need them once during the semester, but probably not. Learning Center. Please use the Learning Center to get help from tutors virtually, online, through the computer, if you don't feel comfortable getting help from me. I can't imagine why you wouldn't, because I think I'm a pretty easygoing person, but just in case. The tutors are fabulous. Please take advantage of them. They need to earn their paychecks. If you happen to want to take this class for honors credit, let me know. We can do that. That about covers the syllabus. Now, I do want to go back and show you the course schedule briefly. All of this is posted in the Momentum newsfeed every week. It will show you everything you have to do, including links to the assignments that are in Momentum. So this is week 1. If you scroll down to week 2, you see where it says late homework deadline? That means that everything that was due on Sunday, June 7th can still be worked during week 2 up until Sunday the 14th, but it will have that 20% late penalty on it. So make sure you pay attention to those. Now, the only other thing is how you get registered for My Math Lab. So you click that link on the Momentum homepage for our class, which I talked about in the Momentum Tour video. So after you click that link, essentially you just follow these instructions. So to get to your course content, you put in a username and password to link accounts. Now, most of you probably don't already have a Pearson login. It's not the same one that you had if you were in statistics or if you took reading or writing learning support or accounting courses. But if you had some other one that used a link that looks exactly like the one on our course homepage, then use the same login you did for that. Otherwise, you're going to have to make a new account by following the instructions below. So you just go to create and then follow the instructions. If you're creating a new account, please use your RadarNet email for the email on your account. That way, if you hit the Ask My Instructor button, it emails me in RadarNet, and when I respond to you, it goes to your RadarNet, and it's just easier for everybody. The access code you need is right here. This WMIIAE, and it keeps going. Note, the first box gets 6 letters, and the rest of the boxes will get 5 letters. Don't wait to enter that code in the course and to link into my math lab, because the code does not last long. If you don't use this code,